Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are live with Financial Fitness Friday. I'm here with my co-host, Dave Bergio. Dave, what's going on, brother?
Jonathan, I'm great, man. How was Christmas? Good to see you.
Christmas was great. Started my kids' 3D printing stuff,
I saw.
that business, and man, he loves it. He is just completely ingrained in wanting to get this thing off the ground. It's almost to the point where when I come home, I know I'm coming into an ambush because he's so excited and he wants to, hey, what do we do here? What do we do there? I'm like, all right, cool. We'll get it set up. It's probably the most fun I've had with business. Okay. Cause it's not mine. That I can remember,
That's awesome.
So I highly recommend anybody, if your kid shows an interest in running a business, just set it up and do it. It's a lot of fun. And it's cool because I'm documenting the process. Like I documented everything with integrated, but it was at like a very, very high level, right? And you're not documenting everything you're doing, getting something off the ground. But it's different because you don't have compressed time, right? There's no pressure. So you can sit there and document everything. And that's been a blast, It's crazy how excited I get when I talk about it. But what I wanted us to go over, and Dave had a great idea before, was what should your mindset be around your finances in 24? And I think that if you can get that part right and you can implement this part of it, I think you could be unstoppable. And I think the mindset has to be stack cash and wait for opportunities. Okay. And at least that's my mindset in 24. Is stack as much cash, help as much people, produce enough content and grow my business, but also make sure I am stacking as much cash as possible, because I do think in 24 is where we're going to start seeing some real massive opportunities. Okay. And so to have this mindset, the biggest part of it is breaking down what your costs are, right? We've talked about this before, but this is super important. If you know you're making $10,000 a month, okay, every month, obviously you want to grow that, but you want percentages on everything, okay? If you make it automated, your savings, your investing, if you automate everything and you don't give yourself that option, it will help you stack cash a lot faster. If you don't have the option of, all right, I'm going to take this money out of my checking account, I'm going to go spend it on X, Y, and Z. If it's in these other accounts, believe it or not, just the psychology of moving the funds from like your savings account back into your checking or something along those lines, it kind of prevents you from doing it, right? It holds you back from doing it. So I want everyone to work on this and like, think about it. Your hard cost, your fixed cost, which would be your mortgage or your rent, should be about 25 to 35%. Okay. Your variable cost should be that other 25%. Okay. That means you have 50% of what you bring in to dedicate towards saving and investing. And if you have an investing account, just keep adding to it. Same thing when we say savings, right? You're saving. And once you get to a certain number, like I'll give you an example. When I was a kid, anytime I got over $20,000 in my savings account, I knew that anything above that, I could transfer into my investing account because I only needed $20,000 at any given point as a safety net. Now that I was a kid, I was, 19, 20, 21. Now today, obviously that number is a little different. But once I get to that number, okay, anything that goes above that gets swept into that investing account. And now I am liquid, okay, to deploy this money when real estate deals happen, when dips in the stock market happen. And I know that I have an investing account that no matter what, I get so much transferred into the stock market on a weekly basis. Okay. Setting yourself up like this to have everything automated will allow you to stack that cash, will allow you to be ready and present for opportunities. Dave, what's your thought on this? Because I don't want to ramble all the time.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man. I think the thought on this, and we go back to the mindset, right? It's create the habit. All these things are great that you're saying, and they definitely work, but start creating the habits for it now. And what do I mean by that? Well, number one, like write it down, right? If you're gonna create a habit and get the wheels rolling some, I give you a good example, right? So much talk in the community and 75 hard community and the Arate community, everybody's starting on January 1st, right?
Yeah.
Well, game plan on that. If you're going to start something like that, and let me tell you from experience, especially on a holiday, right? You're going to want to game plan it out, right? Have all your meals and shit like ready, all that good stuff out. You got to work out twice. Is your gym even open, right? So you got a game plan on that. Same thing with this. What do you want out of it, right? If you want the XYZ dollars out of your pay or out of your business or even reinvesting back into that, what is the end goal in mind, and reverse engineer it. And I think a lot of people overlook that power of writing things down and seeing that. One more thing to add to that. I mean, we talk about standard operating procedures, right? We always talk about them in business, but like in your life, right? What's that standard operating procedure? What's the standard operating procedure to implement this? Okay. Follow that to the T. Don't deviate. If you have the plan, right? It goes in together with creating these habits. Well, that's my standard operating procedure. Every week, every 2 weeks, every month, every quarter that I get paid. Okay. This is what I'm looking at. This is how we're going to operate this, and stick to that script, man.
I love it. And I think that there's a lot of parallels, right? Between having the right type of mindset and going through and completing 75 hard.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you guys can develop these habits, stick with these habits. And the other part of it is start shopping. What do I mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
The more excited you get for an investment, right? Like if you know, hey, I need to pick up 2 properties that are between 2 and 4 units this year. Okay. Meaning duplex, triplex, quad. My goal is to pick up 2. All right. I know that each one I'll probably need about $40,000 to $80,000 to get into. Okay. So worst case, $160K I need to get into the investing account, right? Reverse engineer that. That's the number I need to hit that goal. Okay. Get that in that account as quick as possible. And by the way, if I start looking at properties, one, I know I can be patient. I'm going to find the right property, a good deal. Plus, my mind is focused on that goal, right? I'm shopping, I'm running the numbers, I'm getting more practice into analyzing different deals. So you know which is good, which you shouldn't do. And you just keep doing that until you find the right fit, right? And then all of a sudden you have that 40,000 or 50,000, you can close on it. You do that one. And then you start reloading that account and you go on for that second property. Now you accomplish your goal. You got 2 properties. Maybe you got between the 2 properties, 6 doors. Okay. And that in and of itself is a huge win inside a year period, right? Think about it. If you did that every single year, if you did that for 10 years and you only got 2 properties, okay, but each one was 6 doors, okay, by the end of a 10-year run, you have 60 different income streams coming in, okay? That's pretty unbeatable. And why? Because you stuck with a simple plan of picking up 2 properties a year that were between 2 and 4 units each. You know what you have to hit. And by the way, guys, if you have a plan like this, year 2 is even easier because now you have that cash flow coming in. So you're replenishing that account faster. Year 3 is even easier. Year 4 is even easier, right? At some point, when you have this type of system, okay, it feeds into itself. Okay, so it gets easier and easier. Then you have to readjust your goals. Now you have more income coming in, so you can go out and invest more. Okay, without really changing that number that you need to live off of. And that's the name of the game. If you guys can have that mindset, sharpen that mindset, enhance that mindset, going into 24, and that is your focus, I'm telling you, you will win. You will win next year. And if you keep with it and stick with it, you will win in the long term. Why? Because you showed financial discipline. It's no different than the guy that goes to the gym and works out every single day. Why does he look better? Why is he in shape? Okay. Why does he have more energy? Because he focuses on that. Focus. You got to focus on the physical. You got to focus on the mental. You have to focus on the financial. Okay. And having that right mindset going into 24 is arguably the biggest thing that you could do for yourself.
I'll add a couple more. I'll add a couple more things. You just said mental, physical, financial. Add the spiritual too. I don't want to get crazy separate on that, but you gotta have faith. You gotta believe. And guys, like Jonathan was saying, with the gym analogy again, the same thing with this. Look, if you're putting pen to paper, okay, and you're organizing this plan, and maybe this doesn't look right. Maybe I got to change this. Maybe then you start getting stuck. Then look, at the end of the day, the bottom line, just execute. Okay? Don't get stuck. Execute, right? And then I'm just gonna leave you with 2 words, man. Just moving forward with all this, and these are the 2 words with everything that you're gonna do when it comes to this, to anything. It's just be intentional. Have intent, man.
I love it. Good stuff. This was a good one today, Dave. Good idea.
100%.
All right, guys. Take care. Listen, do us a favor. Share this with someone that needs to hear it. Interact. Leave us a comment. Okay. Get this in front of people. We do this every single week for you guys. And we'll see you on Mindset Monday. Take care.
Be great, y'all. Happy New Year.